Hello everybody, and you are blessed to be in the presence of the greatest ship captain of all time.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
I've been playing ship-based games for the past decade. There's something incredibly satisfying about sinking massive pirate ships, and Arcane Odyssey is one of the few Roblox games ever to actually feel that urge for me. So when I hear people in the comments saying that they don't know how to use their ships or they don't understand ship combat, it bothers me down to my core because you guys are really missing out. In this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about ships in this game, for hiring all crews, to getting quartermasters, teaching you how to sink and loot ships, teaching you how to do cargo runs, explaining how to fully upgrade your ships, and much more. If you're here for any specific category of information, then use the timestamps in the video. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy this breath-plundering video. So it's no secret that every successful pirate in the history of history has had some competent crew around them. In Arcane Odyssey, you can actually hire a crew, and it's almost mandatory because you'll have a massive disadvantage if you don't. Don't worry though, hiring a crew is pretty easy, all you need is money. Currently there are 3 different crews that you can hire, one for the early game, one for the mid game, and one for the late game. Here's the 3 different locations that you can find them at. The early game one is at Redwake Harbor. As you can see, it's denoted by a white icon with the image of people. If you go to where this is on the map and talk to them, you can hire them for some galleons. The second crew can be bought in Sailor's Lodge. As the name suggests, they're quite literally sailors. And the final crew can be bought at Ravenna. I'm going to show you what it looks like to actually purchase a crew. So as you can see, I came to where the white icon was on the map, and there'll be a bit of dialogue, and at the end you'll be able to purchase them for your crew. I believe this costs around 200 or 300 galleons, so it's not that expensive. Fortunately, you don't have to pay them a salary, it's just a one-time payment. It would be really annoying if they asked for wages. So once you recruit them, you'll get a little pop-up on the side of your screen, and you can use them for your ship. The way you equip them is by clicking the shipyard button in the bottom left of your screen, finding the crew you just hired, and then clicking on them. Obviously this won't work if you don't have a ship, so I'll show you how to buy one in just a second. So you want to go to your nearest shipwright. You can normally find these on most islands with other shops on them. Head over to the ship section, and you'll see options to purchase ships. The Caravel is a pretty good ship, I'm still using it, and you can upgrade the ships quite heavily without spending too much doubloons. So just buy whatever ship you can if you don't have one, head over to the item section and then buy a heavy cannon. You should definitely go for these cannons unless you're low level, because the heavy cannon does 50% more damage than the light cannon. You'll sink ships way faster, so don't cheap out on this. To equip the cannon, you have to click your shipyard in the bottom left, and then you simply just find the cannon that you want to equip, and then click on it. This is how you equip all your ship parts. Once you do that, you're gonna have to talk to the shipwright again, and if your ship is already spawned, then click redock. This will respawn your ship on the spot with the cannons equipped. You need to do this for every change you make to your ship, including crews and quartermasters. Speaking of quartermasters, let me show you how to get one right now. So you need to go to Elm Island, which is to the left of Redwake Harbor. It's a tiny little island with only one person on it, and that person will be your first quartermaster, Edward Kenton. So what the quartermasters actually do is they give little buffs to your ship, like giving your battering rams extra damage or making you turn faster. To hire Edward Kenton as a quartermaster, you have to do a quest for him. This quest is really simple, you just have to catch 20 fish. If you don't know how to fish, we've done a guide on that on this channel. So basically what will happen after you catch your last fish is you can talk to him and turn the quest in, and then he will join you as a quartermaster. Like the crew, you have to equip the quartermaster in the shipyard and then respawn your ship. The cool thing about quartermasters is that there are dozens of them that are actually unlockable. You can find them across the map and invite them into your crew, and all that's required of you is infamy, which you can get by killing bosses and sinking ships. Speaking of sinking ships, let me show you how to do that, because it's required for many quests. A lot of people don't know how to actually do this, which causes many issues because it's the only way to unlock sealed chests. So once you've equipped cannons onto your ship, press armed cannons at the bottom of your screen. As long as you have cannonballs, if you rotate your camera and move your mouse to the side of your screen, you'll get these white lines that come out of the cannons. This is basically an indicator for where your cannons are going to shoot. If you press click now, then the cannons will shoot and you'll lose some cannonballs. The higher you aim the white lines, the further your cannonballs will go, and the cannonball distance depends on the cannons that you're using, and also the types of cannonballs that you're using. A light cannonball will go further than a heavy cannonball, but the heavy cannonball will do way more damage. There are also other types of cannonballs which do special things. For example, chain shot will slow the enemy ships, and Grape Shot will shoot out like a shotgun, dealing damage in a massive area. So to fully sink a ship, you have to use your cannons to destroy it. It is very important that you don't board or go onto the enemy ship before you've sunk it. You have to sink it fully with your cannons. So in a ship fight, your main objective is to turn your ship in such a way that the sides of your ship are aiming at the back or the front of their ship. If you do this, you'll be able to aim at them without them aiming at you. Normally, this is only possible if your ship is faster or as fast as the enemy ship. So if your ship is really slow, I advise you to approach your fights like this. Have the side of your ship aimed at the side of the enemy's ship, but make sure you're at a long distance, because the enemy ships are normally really bad at aiming, so you can hit them without them hitting you. Watch how I aim the cannons ahead of their ship rather than at their ship, and I angle them pretty high up. The reason why you do this is because the cannonballs are fairly slow, so you want to aim where the enemy ship will be, rather than where it is now. You can also use this to your advantage, because when enemies try and shoot at you, they'll normally shoot ahead of you, so if you pause your sails or turn a bit, then you can dodge attacks. Once you get a battering ram, the gameplay actually changes quite a lot, but in the early game, cannons are really important. So watch here as the enemy ship turns. I actually noticed an opportunity to aim at their back, which is just free damage on my end. Always take opportunities like this. In ship fights, you may have to change your cannonball type depending on what kind of situation that you're in. If your ship is right next to someone and there's literally no way that you can escape, you need to use something with a lot of power, like heavy exploding shells. For longer range encounters though, you do want to be using something that's a bit faster, so you can aim more accurately. Ship fighting is an acquired skill. It's not going to come instantly unless you played similar games in the past. But I will say that getting the battering ram upgrade makes your ship 10 times stronger. You can move way faster and get to the enemies behind and destroy their ship fast. So now you've destroyed their ship, it's time to loot it. You want to park your ship a bit away from the enemy ship. This is mainly so that if the enemies start beating you up, you can run away. On the enemy ship will be a bunch of weak pirates and then 2 stronger pirates. You need to kill the 2 stronger pirates in order to get the loot on the ship. Any spells with a big area of effect will be very effective here. You just need to watch out for the enemy pirate captain because they do a ton of damage and have a lot of health. This is honestly way easier with a friend, and early game you may die a lot to these ship captains. So once you kill the captains, you'll see these chests on the ship. Some of them you can open on the spot, and for the other chests, which are the sealed chests, you have to carry them. Hold Q on the sealed chests and then bring them back to your ship. You can place them back down by pressing the R key on your keyboard. And what you want to do with these is bring them to your nearest shipwright. Turning them in will give you ship blueprints, XP, money, and cannonballs. To turn them in, you just talk to the shipwright and hold Q. Sealed chests are really cool because they have some of the most unique loot in the game. You can unlock rare weapon skill scrolls or rare spell scrolls, or some blueprints to some really unique ship parts. For example, I have an Arcanium battering ram, which when it hits the enemy ship, it makes a massive explosion of snow which does like 1500 damage. The sealed chests are the only ways to unlock armor for your ship, battering rams, and better cannons. Once you find a blueprint you want to use, go and talk to the builder NPC, click on the blueprint that you want to build, and then click build. Some of these things are really expensive, so do keep that in mind. To equip your newly crafted accessory, click on the shipyard, then just click on the accessory that you want to use. Again, you have to talk to the shipwright to refresh your ship. For the battering ram, it's really easy to use this in a fight. You want to aim your ship towards the side or the back of the enemy ship, and then press F on your keyboard to go full ram speed and charge at the enemy ship. The thing I like the most about this is that it allows you to actually get in a good position. After you ram them, you can get behind the enemy ship and turn to the side to start shooting them, and you'll be able to do a ton of damage this way. Now, when an enemy ship is running away from you, this is easy to deal with. Just keep turning side to side and keep shooting those cannons, and you'll do a ton of damage really quickly. This is almost always the best way to approach PvP ship fights, but if there are multiple ships, then you may have to reconsider your strategy. In PvP, when the enemy's ship drowns, the players on that ship will have to board your ship in order to actually survive, otherwise they'll just drown. So immediately after you sink them, I suggest just circling them in the water, but staying out of distance so that they can't jump onto your ship. Try and hit them with something like Grape Shot, and try and keep close enough to them to where they try and board your ship but can't actually do that. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing someone drown this way. It's like dangling carrots in front of a rabbit. So unfortunately, as fun as PvP and PvE ship combat is, it's not actually the fastest way to gain galleons and EXP through your ship. The fastest way would be through cargo runs. Cargo runs are where you grab crates of cargo from one island, and then travel to another faraway island and then sell the cargo. So to do a cargo run is very simple. You buy cargo from the shipwright of one island, and then place it on your ship, which ideally should be as close to the dock as possible. You should bring at least 10 plus crates to make this worthwhile. But do be cautious because you could get attacked by pirates or players and then lose everything. So once you've fully loaded your ship, you want to set sail, and ideally you want to go to the furthest possible island with a shipwright on it. This is because the further you go, the more money each of your crates sell for. The current best route is from Ravenna to Redwake or the other way around. So just take a look at your map and see how to get there. Align your compass properly and then set sail. If you are to land at your destination with no hiccups, you'll be rewarded very handsomely. You just grab the cargo from your ship and then go to the shipwrights. If you go from Redwake to Ravenna or Ravenna to Redwake, you'll get 60 galleons of profit per crate, and around 25% of your XP bar. This makes it one of the best ways to level and money farm in the game. Okay everybody, that's gonna be it for the ship guide. It did take me a long time to make, so if it helped you in any way, I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Regardless, I hope you have a good day and I'll see you later.